Coronation Street viewers were left baffled after a strange sequence aired during Wednesday night's episode, with many fans questioning what exactly they had just watched as they compared the soap to its much-loved earlier years. The long-running ITV drama has undergone numerous style changes in recent years, introducing flashbacks, flash-forwards, and more experimental storytelling methods. Some viewers have also criticized the program for leaning heavily into dramatic crime-focused plots, including the current murder mystery surrounding Theo Silverton's death. Over the past several months, the soap has focused on the inappropriate relationship between teacher Megan Walsh, played by Beth Nixon, and schoolboy Will Driscoll, portrayed by Lucas Hodgson Whale. The disturbing affair was eventually exposed, but not before taxi driver Tim Metcalf, played by Joe Dudding, revealed he had also been groomed by an older babysitter during his teenage years. Will remained determined to reunite with Megan, and even stole money from the Rovers before planning to flee abroad. However, his escape attempt fell apart after Tim drove him to the station, and the pair became stuck in traffic. During the emotional journey, the two bonded over their shared trauma, ultimately leading Will to confess the truth to both his family and the police. In Wednesday's episode, DS Lisa Swain, already occupied with investigating Theo Silverton's murder, quickly moved forward with Megan's arrest after she was detained while trying to leave the country. Police soon realized she had only purchased a single plane ticket, proving she had no intention of starting a new life overseas with Will. Shortly afterwards, Lisa returned to the interview room and informed Megan that prosecutors had authorized charges against her for causing or encouraging a child to engage in sexual activity. Megan was visibly horrified as the reality of her situation finally sank in. Following the charges, Will later broke down emotionally while sharing a heartfelt moment with his father. Meanwhile, Sam Blakeman, played by Jude Riordan, continued struggling with the emotional fallout after being the first to suspect what was happening between Megan and Will. Before the truth emerged, Megan repeatedly intimidated Sam into staying silent. Overwhelmed by stress, Sam later began misusing ADHD medication that had not been prescribed to him. In recent weeks, viewers repeatedly saw Will apparently tormenting Sam, although hints suggested these frightening encounters might not be real. Wednesday's episode confirmed this during a bizarre scene in the Rovers' backyard. Sam appeared to confront Will, who chillingly asked if Sam really thought he could get rid of him so easily. But moments later, Will suddenly vanished, leaving Sam alone as he punched and kicked at empty air. The Surreal sequence immediately sparked confusion online, with many viewers taking to social media to express disbelief. One fan questioned what they had just witnessed and begged for the storyline to end, while another admitted they had not watched the soap for years and were shocked by how unusual it had become. Others criticized the dramatic style of the scene, arguing Coronation Street was once a grounded soap rather than something resembling science fiction. Some viewers joked that the show had changed dramatically from the days when storylines revolved around far simpler neighborhood dramas and comedy moments. Despite the criticism, several fans praised other elements of the episode, particularly the emotional scenes involving Will and Tim. Some viewers also applauded Megan's storyline, calling her a strong villain and saying they were satisfied to finally see her facing justice. Others felt the program had recently improved its sense of community storytelling compared to previous years. Coronation Street star Jacob Roberts has become a major talking point among viewers thanks to the striking height of his character, Kit Green, and many fans have been stunned after discovering just how tall the actor really is. Jacob joined the ITV soap in 2024 as Detective Kit Green, the long-lost son of Bernie Winter, played by Jane Hazelgrove. Since arriving in Weatherfield, Kit has quickly become involved in several dramatic storylines and has caused plenty of chaos on the cobbles. The character has faced a turbulent journey, including the revelation that he is the biological father of Brodie Michaelis, portrayed by Ryan Mulvey, as well as surviving a violent stabbing that nearly cost him his life. Kit's love life has also been eventful. He previously shared a brief romance with Shona Platt, played by Julia Goulding, before later beginning a relationship with Sarah Platt, portrayed by Tina O'Brien. Most recently, the detective has focused his attention on solving the murder of Theo Silverton, played by James Cartwright. A number of Weatherfield residents have fallen under suspicion, including Todd Grimshaw, Christina Boyd, George Shuttleworth, Summer Spellman, Gary Windus, and Danielle Silverton. Throughout his time on the program, Kit's impressive height has regularly been referenced on screen, with David Platt, played by Jack P. Shepard, even nicknaming him the Jolly Green Giant. In real life, Jacob stands at an eye-catching 6'4" tall. The actor previously admitted that filming inside the iconic Rovers return can sometimes be awkward because of his towering frame. Speaking in 2024, Jacob joked that he barely fits inside the famous pub set and explained that crew members often have to adjust the height of the bar whenever he films scenes there. He laughed that it felt like everyone was making a huge effort just so he could comfortably stand in shot. Fans later shared their surprise online after learning his true height. One viewer commented that the actor looked incredibly tall, while another suggested many Coronation Street cast members appear shorter, making Jacob seem even bigger by comparison. Others noticed that Kit often sits down during scenes with Sarah because he otherwise towers above her. Some fans also pointed out the amusing height contrast between Kit and Lisa Swain, saying the show frequently highlights the noticeable difference between them. A Coronation Street viewer has come up with a new theory about the upcoming storyline involving Tim and Sally Metcalf, Joe Dudding and Sally Dynevor, and if it proves correct, it could completely transform the couple's lives. Show producer Kate Brooks recently revealed that the popular Weatherfield pair are set to face a major challenge later this year, one that will push them emotionally and put pressure on them as first-time foster carers. She explained, "There's a huge storyline coming up for Sally and Tim, and it really puts them to the test, both individually and as a married couple, as well as in their roles as foster parents. It's something unexpected and comes out of nowhere, but it completely turns their world upside down. The story focuses on how they deal with the situation afterwards. Sally and Tim are such loved characters, and I really enjoy writing for them. Viewers will also get to see them in circumstances very different from what they're used to." During this week's episodes, Tim has taken center stage after helping Will Driscoll, Lucas Hodgson Whale, realize he had been sexually abused by Megan Walsh, Beth Nixon. Their emotional discussion happened after Tim finally began processing his own traumatic experience following Will's revelation. Tim opened up to Will by revealing that when he was 14, an older woman named Tricia exploited him. Hearing Tim's story encouraged Will to go to the police and report Megan, while Tim decided to seek some closure of his own. Later, outside Freshco's supermarket, Tim confronted Tricia directly and accused her of sexually abusing him years earlier. However, Tricia strongly denied what he said before abruptly getting out of the car and walking away, ending the confrontation. Coronation Street is broadcast on ITV1 on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. and is also available to stream on ITVX.